Peace, love, and blessings. It's your girl, Zia the Begum, back at it again with another episode. Today's episode is a little different. It's more reflective, more honest, and maybe even a little bit vulnerable. But before we get into that, y'all got your fits ready for the Muslim Met Gala? Do you? Anyways, so the general consensus seems to be that Ramadan isn't exactly Ramadaning this year. And if I'm being honest, I felt that too. I didn't anticipate Ramadan going like this. Last Ramadan, I was going through a lot emotionally, but I was still very disciplined. I was fasting consistently, pushing myself, trying to show up in the most traditional ways. You come into the month with a vision in your head of what it's going to look like. Waking up for Sefri or Suhoor for some people. Every morning, making every prayer on time, going to Tarabi, finishing the Quran, feeling that spiritual high. But sometimes life doesn't cooperate with that vision. And that's something we don't always talk about enough. Sometimes Ramadan meets us in the middle of our struggles. For me personally, there were days where I couldn't fast because of health reasons. And that can mess with you mentally. Because when you grow up Muslim, fasting feels like a centerpiece of Ramadan. So when you can't fast, it can feel like you're somehow missing Ramadan. But I had to remind myself of something important. Allah is Al-Alim. Allah knows. He knows our circumstances, our intentions, our struggles. And Islam was never meant to break us. Allah says in the Quran, Allah intends ease for you and does not intend hardship for you. Chapter 2, verse 185. So instead of beating myself up, I started asking, how else can I show up for Allah this Ramadan? Which I think for me has been one of the biggest lessons I've been learning, which is giving myself grace, because sometimes we measure our Ramadan by how many fasts we kept, how many rakahs we prayed, or how many Quran we finished. But worship isn't one size fit all. And that led me to focus more on dhikr, on making sincere dua, on giving charity, and on being intentional about my connection with Allah. Again, in the hadith, actions are judged by intentions, which is mentioned in Bukhari and Muslim. One of the most beautiful things about Islam is that worship comes in many forms. Yes, fasting is powerful, but it's not the only part of Ramadan. So remember, my sisters and brothers, even smiling is charity. So on the days where fasting wasn't possible, I try to redirect my energy. More intentional conversations with Allah. Because sometimes the most sincere moments of worship happen when we are just sitting with Allah, honestly. And I think social media can sometimes make Ramadan feel like a competition. People posting Quran completions, Tarabi every night, 4 a.m. routines, and that's beautiful, mashallah. But Ramadan isn't a scoreboard. Your relationship with Allah is personal, and Allah looks at your niyyah, which is intention for my non-Arabic Muslim speakers. And the beautiful thing is Ramadan isn't over yet. We're in the last 10 nights, the most sacred nights of the entire month. Even a moment of sincere dua can change everything. Allahumma innaka afwan tuhibbul afu fani. Oh Allah, you are the most forgiving and love forgiveness, so forgive me. If Ramadan hasn't looked the way you expected this year, you are not alone. Allah knows your circumstances. He sees your intentions, your struggles, your efforts, even the quiet ones. So remember, for the last 10 nights, 3 quick reminders. Don't count yourself out. Small acts matter. Allah sees effort, not perfection. And one more thing, please. Please. Honey, don't be wasting your Laylatul Qadr du'as on a brother or a sister, please pray for goodness and pray for those who love Allah and to be around the people who love Allah and who love you. It's your girl, Zira Begum, and the mic is on.
Zira Begum, here to stay. In her softness, she paves the way.